Hello. So, posted a video today. Posted a video yesterday and got a critical comment about the TRE, saying, unfortunately, it doesn't work. And they gave some of their background, and they tried it 14 years ago. Apparently tried it very seriously, they said, I think. In Latin America, they were one of the first kind of waves of people to have it brought to Latin America and taught there. They received it. He didn't bring it to Latin America. He was receiving it in Latin America, along with collaborators, I think, in other healing modalities. He says, unfortunately, TRE doesn't work. And I got triggered because, well, I thought it was crappy logic to just say it like that, that it doesn't work when, and he said it's not just my experience, but the experience of hundreds of other people and collaborators. And for him to say it doesn't work, yeah, the whole thing triggered me. Because I felt defensive about him coming on my channel, which I'm trying to build, and saying something that I thought was unfair intellectually. I might turn people off of something that has changed everything for me. Because it didn't work for him and hundreds of others, and I'm not going to go into why I feel it's an issue, except to say that people say that the keto diet didn't work for them in losing weight. What they mean is that their psychology was such that they were unable to attune with the modality or the keto diet in such a way where the benefit was realized. And I think that's in large part due to personality differences, different kinds of ways our mind works. This person was saying IFS, Yoga Nidra work much better. And then, I've done IFS and I didn't attune with that modality. I fully see that it's legitimate and that it works for people because many people claim so. And I can see the mechanics of why it should work. And so I know it does. So, but I have a personality and a body-mind design that didn't attune to it. And maybe later down the road, when I transform more, when I evolve more, maybe there'll be a way for me to attune with it better. So anyway, I took issue with that. Long intro. And I ended up writing a message and editing it a few times and then sending it. And then I ended up with sending a follow-up message also, and just noticing how my reactions got less and less as I edited the message, as I sent that second one. And I posted a question about it on Reddit, also in the TRE subreddit. And had some people, I was specifically looking for arguments that supported this person's point of view. And I had some people there in that Reddit who were in a way doing that. They said TRE didn't work for them. So in a way there's a defensiveness for me around this because I think it's simplistic to state it like that. It's very dominator mindset abuse, like a very primitive sort of like mindset, a tool using mindset. I'm here, I'm a stable self, and this is a stable technique, and like we're two objects, and this object can work on me. That's not demonstrative of the complexity of the systems that we are. We're dynamic systems, and we're constantly changing. That's what I mean by dynamic. We're not just static objects like a chair. And we're complex in that, boy, I don't know how to describe this in words. There is no it works or it doesn't work. I mean, you can look at it that way, and that's appropriate, but it is limited. But it's an appropriate way to look at it. But you have to have the right context to say whether something works or not. You can't be drawing. You can't be drawing from it more than it's giving. Information-wise. At a loss here. I'll just skip. Will I skip to the point, or will I? Well, honestly, the brain's not working well right now, so I'll just say that you attune with. Someone said this, actually. This is a good way to put it. The tremor mechanism of TRE is something to attune with. It's a physiological thing, physiological capability, the tremor. You attune with that involuntary mechanism rather than elicit it as a tool. And it's a teacher. So every session, it's teaching you interoception. It's teaching you surrender. If it's an opportunity, rather, just like psychedelics. This is a very good example. Psychedelics didn't work on changing me, and another person, psychedelic changed my life. Well, what it is one is attuning and recognizing that psychedelics is opening doors. You don't have to walk through the door. You don't have to walk through the door. Now that's a good way to put it. It's the same with psychedelics. When you use psychedelics as a tool, oftentimes there aren't lasting changes. When you're able to recognize what psychedelics is doing, when you're able to recognize what TRE is doing, even talking about it gives me tremors sometimes, then that's the crucial difference, okay? Just like IFS has, there was something there which I was not able to grapple with. I knew it was there, but it's just my setup internally. I'm like, I'm not able to connect with this very much. And I actually have a theory that's related to different instinctual stackings in the Enneagram system, but that's a different topic. I believe you have to have a social instinct in first or second position for some things like IFS to work, which I don't. Anyway, so since doing TRE, I've certainly become more comfortable with confrontation and saying flat out, I disagree. So I started by saying I disagree, I vehemently disagree, and that was me being polite about it, but the dissonance was big for me in my mind because I believed him. I believed that hundreds of people and he himself it didn't work, quote unquote. And I knew he was telling the truth, or I believe him, let's say that. And so the proper thing for me to do, and what I did was I opened up to integrating his truth into my orientation of reality, my model of reality, my model of what's true and what's not. And that was challenging. That's what I'm working to do, because it's too hard to be, when you're in conflict with someone, when I'm in conflict with someone, speaking for myself, I'm I'm often in dissonance because if I can see exactly why they're wrong and I'm comfortable with it and I know their position, I've integrated it into my worldview, but I just see the error of their ways, well then there's not much reason to get defensive. So if I am getting defensive, it's indicating to me that, well, I'm actually rejecting part of what he's saying. In other words, I have not integrated that. And I'm like, no, 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 I'm trying to hold it off because it's contradicting some of my reality map. So I'm working on opening up my reality map to accommodate and be like, yes, you're right. And that orientation felt right in me. It opened me up. And I equate that with truth, more and more and more truth. And so I started out in my mind like, okay, he's right. And in a way that felt so confronting and it felt very relieving in my body, right? It felt like, oh, giving up, but it's like, oh, I'm also more spacious, whole, and powerful too. Like, he's right. Oh, that feels good. I'm no longer in conflict with the man. I'm no longer in conflict with him. I'm his friend now. He's bringing some truth to me. Awesome. And this leads to the topic of what I'm talking right now. The message is that, and same thing with the Reddit. Everyone that commented, I said thank you for your input, even if I found issue with it. Thank you for your input. Thank you for contributing. And with this man, these people come to my channel on YouTube or my thread on Reddit. And I'm like, this is mine. That's how I see it. I understand if that feels a little selfish. I can be quite possessive of my stuff, but the thing is, it's like my thread, right? I like it. Feels good. It's part of my self-image. I'm creating stuff. I'm involved with the community. Mine. It's about my validation as a person and my work. And I treat the people who come to my circles well. I treat them well. They're coming to my creation. I treat them well. I treat them well. And so if they say something I don't like, it's like, thank you. Thank you for being a part of my creation. Thank you for your input. Like, I can understand that experience, etc. And it's just very heart-opening and humbling for me and connective for me. Softening to me and my defensiveness, because I actually don't want to be at conflict with people. And to not be in conflict with people, that requires again and again opening up my reality world map to be like, you're right. And then take care of the details of that later, but leading with, you're right. Hey, you're right. You're right, that is true. From a certain perspective. Of course, he said it doesn't work, and that's not true. Like, that statement isn't true. He could say it doesn't work for some people. Even that, it's a simplistic frame. It's a simplistic frame, and simplistic meaning overly simplistic, meaning it ends up being wrong. But for what it is, it's right. Right? And so like, hey, you're right. In some way. It's very, very, very incomplete. But I don't care about that, because I care about speaking with him to the extent that I'm integrating my rejected components of my worldview. So, you're right. Wishing you well.